Y'all, listen, today we're going to do something different. We're going to make us piccata chicken, or chicken piccata, but we're going to add a little twist to it. Something you're probably familiar with already. You've probably been doing it already anyway. So for some of y'all that's been cooking, you ain't got no problem with making this dish. But for some of y'all that never did it, just going to walk down this journey with me. Alright, so we're going to make a chicken piccata. Chicken piccata is basically a lemon chicken, or a chicken with a lemon sauce. A lot of times you see it made, and it's made with a flour base. But we're not going to use a flour base this time. This time we're going to use our cereal here. Cornflakes. Alright, let's get started. You're going to need some chicken. This is some chicken breast that we got out the store. As you can see, it's still got little pieces of fat on it. So what you want to do is basically take the fat off of it. You can see me taking the fat off of it basically. This is how I usually make it all the time. I'm trying to cut this fat and stuff like that off of it. That stuff is kind of like, okay, it's not bad, but it's not good in this whole weight loss reduction thing. And the more you cook at home, the more you're more likely you are to lose some weight. Let me say that. All this processed stuff and fast food stuff is just really not as good for you, but it tastes good though. It tastes good. Alright, so I cleaned the chicken breast off. And what I like to do is with these big pieces, as you can see how big they are, what I like to do is just cut them in half. So I'm just taking my knife, going through the middle of them, top to bottom. As you can see, I just butterflied it. What I'm going to do is cut that in half. I'm going to do the other one like that. It's a big piece. I always keep the fat piece next to my palm, or next to the end of my hand, and pretty much just go and cut it. Open it up. You got a nice little butterfly piece. Cut it down. So what I'm going to do after this is just basically season this up. You got to season your meat. You know, you got to have your spices on your meat. So what I'm doing is just seasoning this up. I'm just seasoning. Alright, that's a little pepper. We throw a little salt on all of this. There you have your seasoned chicken. Let me wash my hands real quick. Okay. Now what we want to do is we need to make a flour, or a coating, what we're going to call it, for this dish. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull our magic bullet out one more and again. We're going to add all our cereal, our cornflakes, inside the magic bullet. Let's throw a little bit of salt in here. Let's throw a little bit of pepper in here. Let's throw a little bit of Parmesan cheese in here. Oh, let's mix it up a little bit. And let's throw a little bit of garlic powder in here, just to kick it up a notch. Just gonna sit there, let that go. Now, what you want to happen is you really need your coating to stick to your chicken. So what we're going to use is an egg. Here we go again. Got to season everything. A little salt, as you can see. Little pepper. Season everything. Mix this up a little bit. See, that's mixed up nice. You got a bucket like this, just take your chicken, toss it right in there. Toss the chicken all in there, play with it a little bit, you know, have a little fun with your food. Play with your food. That's what I always say. Play with your food if you want to. Alright. Got our seasoned cornflakes. This is something so easy. Plop, plop. Now what some people do is they get like a coating, a whole coating thing going. I'm not gonna do that. Some people just want to hurry up and get to it. So we coating our chicken now with the breadcrumbs and the egg. Make sure it kind of like sticks onto that chicken. And this is all practical cooking. I mean, this is what I'm doing all the time, every day. When I gotta cook catering jobs for people and stuff like that, they go, oh, let me get the chicken piccata. I go, oh, you know, let me add another little twist to the chicken piccata. So this is what I do. I use some cornflakes. What you want to do is heat up this pan. Got a pan on some fire here. So we're gonna throw some oil in here. And we're gonna throw some butter in here. Put a little piece at a time. We're gonna try to cook at least 3 at minimum. So we're gonna let that melt. Alright, so we got our pan in here. We put the butter and we put the oil in there. The butter's gonna brown this chicken. But because butter burns so fast, kind of like tempered it with the oil. So I'm gonna get like 3 pieces in here and we're gonna let that cook. Once those pieces cook, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take them out, I'm gonna put them in this pan, warm them up inside the oven just to keep them warm. Then I'm gonna make a sauce with capers and lemons and all kinds of good yummy deliciousness. Alright?